Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Wake and bake, wake and bake. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment with your people. That'll be cool. That'll be cool. I'm gonna go ahead and get to the point on this, guys. Anybody that's listening. Now, over the past few days, or I say the last week or so, you had some things that went on. And first, I'd like to get to shout out to Tyler Perry first for coming out with that movie, A Fall from Grace. I think that's one of his best movies he ever made, in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of Tyler Perry's movies. When he first started making them, like Big Mamas or Medea, that was cool, but after a while, it started getting watered down and the same old thing that was going on. But as time went on, I'm not gonna say time went on, but bottom line is that I like that movie, A Fall from Grace. Shout out to Tyler Perry on that. That's a good movie. I haven't seen The Acrimony yet. People telling me to go see that or see that. I'm gonna check that out later. But I want to give a shout out to him for that. A Netflix movie. It's good that Netflix is putting movies out like that, on Netflix, because I get tired of seeing the same corny shit stroll across the screen. You can make another movie like that. I will watch it again. I won't be mad. But back to Netflix. Netflix also came with the Aaron Hernandez documentary. Now, this is one thing I didn't like about the documentary. It's very interesting. I will say that. It's very interesting. I will say that. Is that they made the whole documentary more concerned about his homosexuality or what side of the ball he's on, more than about the murder of Oldin Lloyd. I have a problem with that. Because if it wasn't for Oldin Lloyd getting killed, there won't be a big story about Aaron Hernandez. We won't even know if it was gay. We won't know none of this thing. We won't even know about the two guys that got killed before Oldin Lloyd. But is it me, or did they made sure they made a good point about making Aaron Hernandez gay, then focusing on the Oldin Lloyd murder? And the reason why I say that, because I never thought about that. I was listening to somebody, I think it was Star Report. Shout out to Star. I was watching the Star Report, and there was a caller that brought that up. And when they said it, I was like, damn. That's a good point there. And I said I watched the documentary twice. I watched it by myself, and then I watched it with my son's mom, because she heard about it, and I was like, I'm gonna watch it with you. That way you can, be familiar about what's going on as it's going on, because she's not a fan of football like that. She doesn't know who Aaron Hernandez is. She didn't know until then. But it's like they made a good point of pointing out his sexuality. Sexual choice, than they did on the Oldin Lloyd's case. I still don't know why. I question, what was the purpose of him killing Oldin Lloyd? It never touched on that. That's the story we need. Of course they did. They said they do. They test his brain after he died to see what his motives was. They still didn't give us the Oldin Lloyd thing. They didn't give us nothing about that. I just felt like I had to touch on that, man, and see what everybody thought about that, man. Like I said, hit the subscribe button, like on it, comment, tell me what you think about that shit, man. I might be wrong. I'm not wrong. That's how I feel. So I can't be wrong about how I feel. Another place I wanted to take you. Today's Tuesday, which yesterday was Monday, which was Martin Luther King's birthday. Which tells me, and it showed me a lot, because to be honest with you, I'm not going to lie. If it wasn't for the calendar or the banks being closed or whatever the case may be, I wouldn't know it was Martin Luther King's birthday. Back in the day, back in high school, back in school period, when junior high, elementary, high school, back even after high school, that day was celebrated very thoroughly. People was on it. People we knew it was Martin Luther King's Day. We celebrated. We did whatever. We was out of school. We did projects about Martin Luther King. But now, as years went by and gone by, a lot of truth and facts that came out since then. I feel like we're getting away from the Martin Luther King Day of celebrating this guy. And I started noticing it in Black History Month years ago. Like, we don't celebrate Black history like we used to. And there's a lot of takes on that too. A lot of people think it shouldn't be a Black History Month. Every day should be Black History. Or white people think we shouldn't have a month. It's a lot of history to learn. So, you probably need a whole fucking year, to be honest. We celebrate St. Patrick's Day. We go out and celebrate Cinco de Mayo and stuff like that. Out of bounds to go do that shit. But it's like we started to get away from Martin Luther King's Day. I blame myself. I didn't even know it was his birthday until the banks was closed. But oh well. But there are some... I'm starting to notice that people are saying a lot of bad things about Martin on Facebook or whatever. They're making jokes about him, saying he was a whore and he did this, he was gangbanging and all that. But anybody can repent. Was he doing that when he was trying to be righteous, though? That's the difference. Was he all those characters or titles while he was trying to make the world right? Maybe he was that beforehand. We can't judge him by that, because it's just like saying, okay, look at the stuff you did in the past. Look at the life you live in the past. You're gonna hold my past with my future or my present? Come on. So I'm starting to read that a lot now. I will say, as a man, I am more Malcolm than Martin, and it's kind of like a metaphor of saying that you were more not turn my cheek then turn the other way type of guy. And that was the difference between Malcolm and Martin. Most people that are street guys, they more Malcolm. By any means necessary, they willing to do whatever. But that's what I wanted to talk to y'all about today, man. It was just been bothering me, man. And if it don't, it's only use if I get some answers or a take on what you think about the situations I just spoke on. Like I say, hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment, let me know what you're thinking. I do a podcast show that's about to relaunch season 3 soon, so make sure y'all tune into that. I'm your boy Cuddy Slim, and I'm out like a fat kid in dodgeball.